Hello everyone, I'm ExtraCheesy87 and this is Let's Play Zero Escape 999 Part 25. Last time we completed the last of the puzzles in the study, in which resulted in us finding a picture where we basically definitively learned that Ace is Hongo, or at least the characters in this timeline learned that Ace is Hongo, even though we kind of already knew that as the players, so to speak. Which all of this resulted in Seven regaining his memory, and then he recounted the tale of what happened at the original Nonary game and the death of Akane in it. And it seems pretty definitive that Akane died, which begs the question of, well, if she died back then who the hell is June?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki. You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective.
Yeah, that's also kind of weird that Snake, never mentioned. I mean, I guess, as we kind of said earlier, he knew that he couldn't, imply or in any way that he'd been in the original Nonary game, but you would think once we've kind of decided that rule is no longer in effect, that he wouldn't have let Seven know that, hey, you were the detective who saved us.
Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Well, I guess I believe you. Alright, let me ask you another question.
We got no other choice at this point to believe everyone.
Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
That's not that convincing, but...
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother, but I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now.
Well, no, it's not, but, we'll just pretend that, I mean, it's because they probably couldn't really, there was no point in hiring a second voice actor to do the same, just to do that voice for however many, 10 minutes. So they just
I'm
use the
ashamed
same
to
voice
say
actor.
that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection.
Oh, come on, Snake.
As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
Granted, maybe it's possible in the original, Japanese or whatever, they actually had a different voice actor for little Santa. Who knows?
When did you figure it out?
Because obviously, that's the same. I don't know the voice actor who did Santa, but it's the same voice basically.
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother? There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
But yeah, Junpei's not saying that June is Akane, right?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
Because he's never actually really referred to her as Akane, right? Well, no, he did in the very beginning, didn't he? Didn't he call her Akane? But I guess they wouldn't be able to realize the, oh, that's weird. You would think someone would remember, when he's asking about the last name and shit. Because I'm pretty sure he, openly called her Akane.
What?
Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Or no, maybe it was that Akane openly called him Junpei. Because that's why he doesn't have a code name, he's just Junpei. But June, she does have one. I don't know. Maybe he didn't actually openly mention that her name is Akane.
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, all right? Cut me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary Project. Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister.
Then why the hell are we in this?
That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes,
Gotta burn Ace alive.
Yep.
Right.
the next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
The person who planned the Nonary Project.
In other words, Ace.
What?
Ship, please don't sink.
What the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
Come on, we need to get out of here.
We still don't have the key card.
How?
Oh, there it is. It was in the whole
I'm
time.
betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
Let's go. New materials and added to the file screen. It's a key card. 0. 0. God damn it, Zero's just room. This is the. Okay, I wanted to check something. What was added to the file screen? Just that picture? Yeah, picture taken from 9 years ago. Cool. Get me out. I don't remember what it was that made me struggle so much with this the first time I played. I think it was just I kept overlooking that cabinet maybe. That, or I didn't remember to go back, or I couldn't figure out, because I think I maybe skipped through that dialogue where he says that the coffin's been opened. Let's go. You found it. Man, we're getting real close to the end now.
Huh.
This isn't going to be the
I think
finale,
the shaking stopped.
but there's probably only maybe 1, 2 videos max before we're done.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
This exit needs the Uranus card too. Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know. All right, it's open. Let's go. Okay, Neptune Key, let's see if you work.
Let's go.
Yes, I think it unlocked. It says incinerator. So this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Let's not go in the incinerator.
Got it. Let's go. What the hell is going on? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
So where's Ace and Lotus?
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Ace.
So what have they been doing the whole time that we were like fucking around in the puzzle rooms? Like, did they have to do puzzles as well, or have they just been chilling there and then right before we got here, Ace happened to take the gun? I don't fully understand.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals?
You have me at a disadvantage. And I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
How do we know that?
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this,
So does he have the number 9 bracelet?
9.
The ninth man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is. What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending.
Oh, well, if it's only slightly less pleasant, that can't be too bad.
I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait! What? Why isn't it opening? One more time. Now open!
Poor Lotus, always getting manhandled. So wait,
No! What is this? Why?
so does that mean the number 9 bracelet isn't actually the number 9 bracelet? But we know in the safe ending he's able to open the number 9 door with the number 9 bracelet.
The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening? Now!
Get him, 7.
No! Ugh.
93 feet of pure muscle slamming into you.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, 7.
Don't mention it. Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Oh yeah, because the whole Prosop, he wouldn't be able to recognize him then.
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
I didn't even really think about that being a thing.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone.
So how did he kill the captain?
4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki?
So maybe he didn't necessarily want to... Because, I mean, I guess I said it was his right-hand man. Maybe, I mean, you know, Ace does seem pretty heartless, but...
Why? How did...
That is kind of fucked up, though, making him kill, you know...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake.
Granted, I guess nobody made him kill anything. It's because Ace is a fucking piece of garbage that he ended up having to do it. I mean,
Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid. But his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then,
man,
when the door opened,
you
kicked him in.
That same piece of art, but it's been changed to where it's Nijisaki and it's just one dude there.
9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
And you mean to say Snake is still alive?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man. But I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
So, we don't know how... So how did he kill the captain? And we still don't really know, like... Who kidnapped Snake and put him in a coffin and the robes and everything? Or...
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
We still have many questions.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
No.
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project.
Oh, he left the room with the pocket watch? I don't remember that. Oh, so he would have known
the solution to every
solution.
puzzle.
So wait, is this like a recreate? So wait, it's the same puzzles?
Which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there.
And that does explain how he instantly knew when we did the thing. He went right to the screen.
Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest. One blow was all it took. And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket.
Oh, okay, so he took the watch, but it wasn't like... Because I do remember that, you know, him asking to look at the pocket watch, but I guess I didn't realize that, you know, he actually, like, stole it. That's because they didn't, you know, make it seem like he stole it.
It wasn't a very
You weren't
good
supposed to
plan.
know he stole it.
Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Yeah, and how would he even know that he's in the captain's room and...
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters.
Oh, that's what the camera's for.
The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters.
Oh, so that's how he knew the dude was in the captain's quarters. I was like, how would he just assume that?
Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please.
So I guess just like Snake was given a piece of paper at the start, Ace was given this.
0.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first.
Oh, we're the finding master. You can't beat us, Ace.
That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared.
He was pretty masterful, making him kill his own conspirators, basically. Or, I mean, exploiting his, own desire, like selfishness. It's very impressive.
The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back.
Yeah. We still don't... That's another thing, is we don't know about the Reds, why they were... Like, if they were intended to be destroyed like that from the very beginning, or what? Because if we're assuming Santa is Zero, right? We were with Santa. Like, when you go through door 4, you're in that group with him and June. And, is it Lotus was the other one? I think it's Lotus. You go through, and when you get to that room, everything's already messed up. So...
Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero. And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
Okay.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Okay.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose.
Okay.
There's another reason you guys were playing the nonary game.
I mean, that would make sense, because if it was just revenge, you would think you wouldn't need the other 8 people or the other 7 people. You would just have it be. I mean, you would think it would just be a nonary game with the 4 people you want to kill, right? Yeah, I guess it would be a quantary game.
To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
Okay.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw... What
What's going on?
the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
7! What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
Please don't explode.
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time.
Oh, man.
It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For 2 organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were 2 separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q.
Okay.
The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic.
So we've got, we're just doing a recap, basically.
They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic. The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake.
Oh, yeah, because he and Akane were in the same facility.
Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you?
Not really.
I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well,
Technically, I mean, he doesn't know that we opened the coffin. I mean, that we were the ones who opened the coffin. He wasn't there for that.
that's...
Because Santa had already fucking bounced by that point. He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures then? Imagine a river that splits into 2 like an upside down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom from a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backward. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future but never flows backward. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about the one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. Man, we're getting in some weird ass shit. Where did she go? June. No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover... Oh shit.
Freeze.
Man, this shit's just getting fucking... Because I think I've kind of previously mentioned that, like, when we get to the ending, I'd kind of forgotten a lot of it. So this is not entirely blind. Like, I remember some of this stuff, but a lot of it's still kind of confusing. Guess he picked up what we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Oh man, that's a scary image. Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either. He just looks kind of drained. I guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
You gotta burn him to death, right? He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. Wait, did they just leave us in the fucking incinerator? Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
What the hell is Santa trying to do? Seriously.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
He's not gonna burn us to death?
No. No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit, we've gotta do something. Oh god. Okay, we can do this. You just gotta... No, it's not gonna work. There's no way. Yeah, because the numbers don't work for this door, I guess. That's 8. Is there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Math Whiz Clover activate. Sure, why not? I don't think I'm gonna need them ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. She's writing equations, a lot of them. Oh man, she doesn't look very happy. Yo, leave my notebook alone.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Okay, now 7. Do some math. So there's no combination. Okay, there's 1, 2, 4, 5, and 7. So we'd have to leave Lotus behind, right? Or wait, yeah, you'd have to leave Lotus behind.
What?
And there's no other way?
Well, see ya, Lotus. Granted, but didn't we already establish that the door won't open normally? Because we know the number 9 bracelet is legit. Because Ace uses it in the safe ending on one of the number 9 doors, the first set of number 9 doors. So it wasn't like the 9 bracelet was broken. Like, we know it's the legit number 9, right? But... Or is it? Fuck, I don't know, man. Man, this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Looks like she expected that about as much as I did.
Without... if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
That's true. For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence.
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
That's one way to put it.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry.
That being said,
However,
I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Also, isn't the ship sinking? Like...
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red.
Yeah, it's not gonna open.
oh yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
See, that's what I'm like on some of these digital root puzzles, where it's like, the math! Why doesn't the math work?
Just to see, why don't we give it a shot?
That's what I was like during the fucking pin puzzle, you know? It doesn't equal out. Why?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
I mean, yeah, it could be. That's the only thing that makes sense, though, is that it's looking for a different number then. If we can't the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high. There's no way in hell we can get to that hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. Well, at least there's no incineration, automatic incineration command going on. This is the end. So who do we eat first? I was watching. I had watched everything. That was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him, and we became one, inside of Junpei. Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present, and the other was the future. Oh man, I love this track, it's so good. Perhaps you could think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
So we got Snake, we got Akane, we got Aoi / Santa, then we got, I don't know who any of these people are, but that was my brother Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into a large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got into a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying. Okay, damn. Slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It has been 2 hours since the Nonary game began. You were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello, everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
We do. Oh yeah, we do know. One of the girls in this group is Nona, right? Because I don't remember who it was. Was it 7 mentioning Aoi, Light, and Nona? When he was like trying to recall their names. in that first flashback we had when we originally learned he was a detective. And we also know Nona is Lotus's daughter, or one of her daughters, because it says she had twins, right? So one of the girls is Nona. The rest we all don't know anything about, I don't think.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
Wait, so her name is actually Clover. Okay. Guess I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that. Because we don't know Seven's name, and we don't know Lotus's real name. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clover. What the hell? Why do you have 9 4-leaf clovers?
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted.
And you just happened to get 9?
I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult.
It's like damn near impossible. You know, most people can barely find a 4-leaf clover with, find 1 with working eyes, much less finding 9 when you're blind.
But my sister means a great deal to me, and I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate.
So that means that Clover's 18. What? No way.
Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand?
Man, I would have thought Clover's like 15 max.
If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
Eventually he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Now don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until finally we found a door with the number 9 on it. God, I don't want to stop, but we really better go ahead and stop here. Next video will probably be the finale. I might just like push through and we might have like an hour-long video, but because I don't exactly remember how much is left, I still think we have a decent amount. I don't know, but we'll find out in the next video, guys. I'm ExtraCheesy87. Stay tuned for the next part, and bye, guys.